Memories float back. Kyoko is gone, and a mysterious masked body appears. The threads holding them all together begin to spin and twine into one. Hello everyone and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Blind. In the last one we finished up the investigation and everything I thought might have been true about this case fell apart very quickly. But let's get right into it. I have no new skills. We've already looked over the evidence. So all rise for the class trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Thanks.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
You're right.
Kyoko! There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
Hiro, I thought you were joking earlier. Are you genuinely serious right now? I'm sure Kyoko can't believe it either.
She has legs and stuff.
That's not a good thing for disproving it's a ghost, but you're trying, Hina, and I appreciate it.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Well, Kyoko probably would be, to be fair, if she was a ghost. But also that's ridiculous, Hiro. Stop.
To how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Okay.
Let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait that Kyoko has that It's her gloves. One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. Kyoko's piercing glare.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In
Yes.
fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Yeah, maybe it's not the...
You know, now that I think
Never
about
mind.
it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Definitely were not. And while the hands were a bit damaged, they definitely weren't in sort of like the state where, I don't know, the gloves could have burnt off, I guess. Like, they definitely were not that damaged.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
No, I don't think so, Hiro. I mean, the upper arm was... Well, not upper arm. The lower arm was pretty fine as well.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. If I can't prove why, we're going to be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... God damn it, Hiro. We're actually going to have a debate about this. Make your argument. I think it's going to be fake nails, right?
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
I'm a ghost?
She was
Interesting.
wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko. This entire discussion is idiotic.
Oh, wait, hang on. Are they trying to do it before the... I know that body isn't Kyoko's, and I know I can prove it.
That Kyoko
Wait,
there
hang
is just
on.
a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay.
What is exploded body analysis? Okay, no, it is fake nails. Because I was going to say, we have a thing from
Ghost.
before it blew up,
The
I'm pretty sure.
body wasn't wearing gloves.
You're
They
correct.
got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse
Damn
is
it!
absolutely Kyoko.
So, this entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay, come on. Let's try this one more time.
Prove it. Prove the dead body wasn't wearing gloves. They got
burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Ridiculous.
No, it's wrong.
Break.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you
You know,
think?
that's actually a good point, Makoto. I hadn't really thought about that.
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Okay, I'm not going to entirely disagree with you, Hero, but that is faulty logic.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
She's also probably right.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here. Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Well, from what we've seen, it's Mukuro, but I'm still convinced that it's Junko, purely based on the fake nails, granted. And to be fair, that is quite flimsy. It's kind of the only thing that links them. I mean, the boots as well, but, like, you can take those... I guess it is Mukuro, then?
First thing I said, you're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
For anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Make your argument. Okay, tattoo on the right hand, I think, is going to be our go-to here.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
Yeah, I think this is how we're going to do it.
The face was scorched beyond recognition.
Well, that's true.
There wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Also true.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Yes, we can.
Nothing else we can do, right?
Well, apparently we can. We need to find out who the victim was before we can do anything else.
Kyoko really did who died? There's gotta be some
I
way.
mean-
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in it. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Oh no, I'm going to miss.
Nothing else we can do, right?
Okay. That's going to be a bit of a hard one to hit.
I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma.
Okay.
If we can't identify the body...
Oh, fuck!
Then there's nothing else we can
Damn it! Okay, I think I'm just going to have to go for a shot with that one.
Really given who died? There's gotta be some way. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file.
Okay.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Got it!
No, it's wrong.
Okay.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
Yeah. I kind of can't believe it.
Die a cruel and unusual death.
Thanks, Toko.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
I'd rather we didn't.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
Well, it wouldn't be a class trial if someone didn't threaten me, right?
Key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Oh god, Toko. Oh, you are. Oh, you are a. You're something special.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating? No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Somehow. No, I mean, it's not somehow. But yeah, if we look at this.
I got it!
I'm still.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps.
Hang on.
That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
I'm still a little unsure as to how Kyoko got the ultimate despair thing from her. Like, Kyoko clearly knows something about Mukuro that we don't. I think that's going to be quite important to this case. And hopefully proving that the body isn't Mukuro's. Because otherwise...
Okay, so to show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... Wolf of Ragnarok. Just Wolf. Okay. Nice and easy. Very nice and easy.
Now
I think that literally took me 7 seconds.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast.
She knows that.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
And after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
I guess she's more than just a good writer. She knows her stuff. Damn, that would... Her talent must be pretty complicated then, right? Because if you... Assuming this isn't just a random bit of knowledge she has, that she's, like, quite well versed in literature. There's a lot of literature from a long fucking time period. Long period of time. Period of time! Basically, there's a lot of fucking literature. And if she knows all of it, then good God! I don't know how she can be so dumb and so smart at the same time.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf.
You know, I didn't bring this up, but it just sort of clicked in my head now to say it. That Kyoko's definitely not the mastermind because of the fact that Monokuma is still working and she's, you know, here. I know I sort of said this last time with, like, everyone was in the same room as Monokuma, so none of us from the beginning could have been the mastermind. But I thought I'd just mention it now since I didn't say it. But that's still... Is this really Mukuro?
Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir.
It's like... I don't know.
So it must have been Mukuro. What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, we brought it up, so plot convention will usually mean no.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay. Okay. And in that case... I guess in that case, all those extra little things were like, oh yeah, this is Junko, really were there to fucking throw me off. Because yeah, I mean, Ultimate Soldier, those wounds could just be old wounds. And yeah, it's not like we know what she looked like, so she could very easily have fake nails. And she has that tattoo, so... Wow, really? Okay, then I really am sort of in the dark here.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No, it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was inclined to believe you before. But now that Mukuro is dead and that Monokuma is still moving around, not only does that mean that there is someone else in the school. But that they're also the mastermind.
Being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Well, she isn't, though.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
Yeah, I still don't know where Kyoko got that from.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba?
See, that's the thing, though. Kyoko had this information that said she was the ultimate soldier. So where has this ultimate despair thing come from?
She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character?
Well, she doesn't even have a
Which
face.
would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
You know what? That's an interesting way to spin that. So, but yeah, I mean, we know. That's basically what Monokuma told us.
Who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
I don't know if we can say that for certain anymore, Kyoko.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
He's right.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Oh yeah.
Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this, no matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Okay, what do you say, Monokuma?
Just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place.
Now that I've just thought about it or whatever, because like I was just I said earlier that it was like, oh, it's not actually in the regulations, that it's like, wait, hang on. Do we have this? Truth bullets. What was it that Monokuma said about the person making the rules? Oh no, it's just this. What did he say about the person making the rules? I can't remember what he said! Damn it! I'll have to go back and look at that later. What did he say about the person making the rules? Did he say that it was one of the... Did he actually say that it was one of the participants? Or was that just saying that Mukuro was one of the participants? Because that's going to completely change... That one fact will completely change everything. Because if the person making... Because he's the one who's put the rules down. We've seen that. He's come up to us and been like, yeah, well, I'm changing the rules. Which, if he said that it was a participant that's making the rules, then one of the participants has to be the mastermind. Which literally only leaves Mukuro. But... if she's dead, then I don't know where we're going with this.
Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains.
But I mean, in him saying that, that would still mean that my Junko thing could work. This would require a lot of weird setup, especially with the tattoo. But... I mean, you could fake the tattoo. It is possible you could fake that. You know, just put it on. And like this, the profile for Mukuro came from the headmaster's room, and Monokuma has definitely been in there, or at least the mastermind has been in there, so they have access to that. They know about, and you know, of course, they would be Mukuro, but if they weren't per se, which is apparently an option because this is supposed to be Mukuro. I'm so confused, is basically what I'm saying. I have no idea where this is going to go, and I'm just going to shut up and stop theorizing.
What you're
Just
saying is that
let
both
this go
the
ahead.
victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Not necessarily, because if the mastermind... But that wouldn't make sense unless it was Mukuro who was the mastermind, so I guess yes.
Wait, no. There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Well, I mean, presumably the headmaster is this person, but no, Monokuma said it was 16.
There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Well, it can literally only be me or Kyoko.
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects. I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Mukuro and the headmaster, and Toko and Genocide Jack.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there.
Hiro can corroborate that as well.
The murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Jim?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma.
She wouldn't know
The
that.
whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
I mean, we've certainly been playing with alibis before, but the sprinkler system really does cement those alibis. It doesn't do much to help me or Kyoko. So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Apparently so.
Before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
Good idea.
Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
Ah, okay. So it was nighttime, not midnight. Okay. So from 10... So the body, from what I know then, the body had to have been put there from 10 to 7:30. Because the sprinkler system went off, got the tarp on top of the body wet. But as far as we're concerned at this point, because we haven't put that down yet, it's anywhere from 10 to 9 o'clock.
So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
But if we're going for a murder, I mean, we didn't find any weird blood stains, so I can't really say for sure. But the fact that there is no blood around the body would seem to imply that they weren't killed there. Oh! I think I just sussed out what happened. So, of course, I'm going to have to assume that this is Mukuro now. They were killed by the blow to the back of the head. And then the duct tape was put on there to seal the wound, basically. Then they were stabbed in the chest. And from what I've... a little bit about Ace Attorney that I know, if you leave that knife in there, there isn't going to be an awful lot of blood that's going to come gushing out. So if you spread the chicken blood around, it makes it look like to us, like that's where the victim was killed. and because of the duct tape and the mask on, we wouldn't see any blood from the head, which would mask, like, the cause of death. The real cause of death. And, of course, when the body blows up, we really have no idea. So I think that's how this is going to go. I still don't know how these arrows play into it, but here we go.
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
About 9
The one
o'clock.
who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
That's at 9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
None. Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay. Go get the pickaxe and be back by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
Correct.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh, yeah. Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. And I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. Oh! Oh, hang on! Is this case going to be me trying to pin the blame on someone else? I.e. Kyoko, of course. Because that'd be an interesting way to do this. I really don't want to, because I don't think she did it, but... Like, I think... I'm convinced that the mastermind did this, but... Yo, okay. Okay. So we're going to say that the body wasn't wet. Of course, I know why the body wasn't wet. But, it's got to be exploded body analysis.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
The incident took place in the garden, right? If I remember, there's something that happens there every morning at a certain time.
We've established
Yes,
a
okay.
time frame for the
So
murder.
it's Hina's
Somewhere
one.
between 10 o'clock at night
And 9 o'clock
in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Oh, wait, what? Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Oh, wait, I've got sprinklers in the thing, don't I? Oh, it wants me... Oh, okay. It wants me to say that
Established a time frame.
the sprinklers go off
It took
at that
place somewhere
time.
between 10 o'clock
Not
at
that
night
the body was dry... yeah, okay. That's fair, that's fair.
From 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Wait, what? Uh-oh. Am I gonna have to absorb something then?
Established a
Hang on.
time frame for the murder.
Because that's the only one that proves this,
Took
right?
place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Oh no, it must be Byakuya's then. Okay.
7:30.
That's more than enough
Wait, what
time
am I
to
gonna
commit murder.
throw at his then?
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Would it be sprinklers on him? Oh my god, because I know exactly what I want to say, but I don't know where to say it.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
Okay,
No, it's wrong.
alright.
Actually,
Oh,
the murder couldn't have happened
yeah.
anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way completely.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That was my bad.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I mean, she isn't wrong, but she didn't see us throwing the water to put out the fire.
Wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
No, that is not what I'm saying.
I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man,
No.
totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. Oh boy, okay. Oh, what are the new ones for this? Is it square to reload?
I admit nothing.
Oh wait, hang on.
No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me?
Oh my god, this is going so fast!
Nothing.
Okay, right, what do I need to shoot?
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
The body analysis, what I was trying to say before. I didn't actually look at the bottom one, but I sort of saw that it was, you know, the one we had loaded, and I just sort of went for it.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
Okay, what are you talking about now?
Sick of her.
Let's just move on.
I'm
The
not.
reason only the top half was wet was because while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she
That's
must have
not
been
true,
killed
though.
sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which means Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
She's gonna destroy
You
me.
vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
That's not what I expected. I expected her to whip out the top problem. But,
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
I believe that.
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
I mean, that's also true.
Wasting time. Stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you.
You got it, boss. Shutting up now.
You shut up, you.
Kyoko, might have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's not a bad
So
reason.
she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all.
Jeez.
And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi.
Here it comes.
Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
She's right.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way
Yeah.
the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Oh yeah. Certain something. The tarp.
I got it! You're talking
I've
about
never
the
taken
tarp,
this much
aren't
damage,
you?
I don't think.
You catch on quick.
Yeah.
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Well, to alter the... I mean, it's a good point in the sense that I don't know why the mastermind would necessarily do it. Oh, actually, no, of course I do. Of course I know why the mastermind would do that. It's to open up the possibility that Makoto and Kyoko could have done it.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place.
This would... If one of us did it, then yes, this would certainly be the issue. But,
In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
well, yes, but... Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
Hmm?
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Yeah, this really is. This entire trial is basically going to be a debate between me and Kyoko. Alright. Let's see what we're going to say here, because I'm not entirely sure where we're going with
Covering
this.
the body with the tarp. The killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh! I see what we're going for. This is going to move on to proving that the head wound is actually what killed them. It wasn't quite how I was thinking. Well, I think it's still going with what I said. But going for more the head wound, because there was nothing really that would explicitly prove that it wasn't the knife. Aside from what I said about there probably wouldn't be blood splatter or anything, and there's nothing on the floor. But there was blood on the body, which means if the tarp was put on the body, it wouldn't be spotless. Now I just need to figure out where to put that, or where to shoot.
Body with the tarp.
So I think before the body exploded, there were blood stains around the wound. Okay, yeah. So I think it's one of Hiro's last ones.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side.
Okay, well it was only dirty on one side, so that's not
The
wrong.
underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
That's true, so it's got to be
Since it
this
was
one.
facing down toward the body,
It's last one then.
of course it didn't get dirty.
There we go. Okay. Okay. Whew. Redeemed myself after that awful showing with the sprinklers. I mean, you know,
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
it was a real Ace Attorney moment where I really knew what I wanted to say, but I wasn't exactly sure what to do to say it, you know?
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they used it.
What?
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
Could hide the cause of death, though, is what I'm sort of going with, but yeah.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Here we go. To hide the true cause of death. Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know. They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
They could have.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
Could have. But no, not this time.
That's not what happened. The killer got the
Nope,
blood
sorry.
from right there in the garden.
Got the blood from right there in the garden, which must mean that the missing chicken
I got it!
was used for this.
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Mm-hmm.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Well, maybe they did, Hina.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
Maybe.
There's no denying
I mean,
that
everyone was in the
chicken
gym,
went
so...
missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
No, well, not necessarily. I mean, if you,
But
like,
that's not what we saw.
put it
Only the
there.
victim's clothing had blood on it.
I mean, it isn't just, like,
The
throw
ground
the
was
chicken, you know?
completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
What does that mean?
I think so. Wait, no.
Oh!
The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
I hadn't even clocked this.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off.
Mm-hmm.
But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.